Hi, my name is Nils Grossberg.
And I'm Chris Ress. Welcome to the Dag Digital Conference 2020.
We're the founders of Dagcoin. We had planned to have this year our own first distributed ledger conference about Dagcoin and other coins and tokens out there. But because of pandemic, we had to change this plan into a digital conference.
For the next 1.5 hours, we will be speaking about the financial world, technology, digital innovation, cryptocurrencies, and the vision that should be touching all of us.
At times, and also now, you will be seeing an email address under the screen where you can send questions, and in the end of the conference, Chris will answer to 5 questions that are most common.
So feel comfortable, sit back, and open your mind for a journey to the amazing world of digital innovation. Hi, I'm delighted to be on this broadcast in front of so many people and to be speaking about my favorite topic, about technology in the financial sector, namely distributed ledgers such as blockchain and tagchain, and also covering the miraculous world of virtual and cryptocurrencies. Very often it is misunderstood that blockchain is the same as cryptocurrency. And even if people do not know the word cryptocurrency, they still have heard about Bitcoin. There is tendency to think that blockchain, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency is one and the same thing. In reality, it is not. So let's see what is what. Blockchain is the technology that is used to create a data structure that stores the information of the network participants as a distributed ledger. These network participants can be devices, individuals, businesses, organizations. And blockchain can be used to store information about anything with assurance that once information is stored, it cannot be changed anymore. When a transaction is made and stored in the ledger, then the information about this transaction is there permanently. This kind of technology can be used for many things, such as financial transactions, land records where you store information about land and ownership and transactions, supply chain tracking where you can be sure of the origin of the products. Also contracts where you can verify all the steps taken, medical data, and so much more. Today, what interests us the most is using blockchain and other distributed ledgers for money and financial transactions. Cryptocurrency is a virtual currency that is built on the aforementioned distributed ledger technologies, such as blockchains or tagchains. And Bitcoin is one of such currency. It was the first one, and probably the most well-known cryptocurrency in the world. As the whole world is moving towards a collapse, environmental, social, and economical, then we see many people trying to do something about it. One is promoting recycling and reusing. The other is trying to lessen the carbon dioxide footprint by using less cars or by using electric cars, for example. And some are trying to consume less. So our team was also thinking what we can do to give something good for this world, for people, for the environment. And that is why Dagcoin was born. With Dagcoin, we wanted to give our contribution by improving the financial system we have been so used to. The system that has been holding 2.5 billion people without access to bank accounts and digital money. The system where almost half of humanity needs to survive on $5.50 a day, and out of them 1 billion are living in extreme poverty, which means less than $2 a day. This is terrible. Could you imagine feeding your family with less than $2 a day? This all is the result of restrictions on global remittances and trade, greedy politics, extreme corruption, lack of access to money and banking, non-existing transparency in the financial industry. And this is what cryptocurrency was created to fight against. And where we wanted to create one that really helps our humanity by combating these challenges. And this is where our first major topic for today rolls out. Why do we need cryptocurrency and who is it meant for? A fact that is almost never realized is that there is no clear definition or specification of what a cryptocurrency is. When Satoshi Nakamoto, or whoever is behind that pseudonym, published the white paper of Bitcoin in 2008 and launched the network and mined the first Bitcoins, there was a clear message. The money we have been using needs an upgrade. It must be more accessible and borderless, faster and cheaper to use. We don't need banks as middlemen facilitating our transactions, and transparency is demanded in the operations of central banks. Today, 12 years later, we have reached a situation where the community of crypto enthusiasts has broken down into several opinion groups with different views of what cryptocurrency is and which characteristics one should have. The saddest part is that these different opinion groups are arguing and fighting with each other like cats and dogs. But what we all should be doing is coming together and building up the good reputation of cryptocurrency, breaking our way through the old and stagnated understandings of the financial world. We should be paving the way for this amazing innovation that helps to bank the unbanked and support an individual's sovereignty. Unfortunately, it is not happening. And when we look at cryptocurrency today, then it has become a financial instrument, just like stocks that are purchased and sold based on price volatility. There is a lot of speculation, hype, and even manipulation, which makes it extremely risky and dangerous for a common man to invest in. History has shown that regular people tend to lose a lot of money with crypto investments. More experienced crypto traders often say that fools should be parted from their money. But I believe it is wrong to take away the money from those who seek to increase it in order to provide better conditions for their families. When we look at the crypto boom of 2017 and the crash that followed it in 2018, it was not the fault of people that lost money. This responsibility lies with media and those who flooded the internet with claims that Bitcoin's price will only increase, that it is the investment of your lifetime, and there is no possibility to lose. People lost their savings. They took loans to invest. Many lost their homes. It was a disaster. And this speculation game is not what crypto was meant for, why it was created. One should not play with other people's money. Money is meant for using, transacting with each other. But these people will never look at these different cryptocurrencies again, even though it is something that we all should be using. I'll tell you what cryptocurrency is needed for. It is needed to create more equality, to enable people to have more income. That would provide them an opportunity to provide for their families. The world's richest 1% has more than twice as much wealth as 6.9 billion people. And now with the COVID pandemic, the rich people, they become even richer and the poor become even poorer. Apple has just hit the 2 trillion valuation. Amazon has had massive growth during the pandemic, making Jeff Bezos almost twice as rich as he was a year ago. Whereas the world's poorest and most vulnerable are affected the most. The World Bank estimates that additional 71 to 100 million people will be pushed into extreme poverty at the poverty line of $1.90 per day, plus additional 176 million are expected to be pushed into poverty at $3.20, and 177 million are expected to be pushed into poverty at $5.50. These are big numbers. And in most countries, these two worlds, the poor and the rich, they live next to each other. I remember the time when I was living in India. I lived there for 2 years when I was a bit younger. As an entrepreneur, you get used to the roller coaster life with ups and downs. It's just part of the journey. When you have your hardships in a wealthy society, it's tough. But trust me, in a poor society, it can be really hard on you. I've always been with a problem solver mentality. Always keep going, no matter what. Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. No matter how hard it is, keep going and you will get there. But some of the difficult times I had while living in India were almost able to break me. And that time, I did not have my family. So I was not responsible for anyone else than myself. I can't imagine the feeling and emotional burden of these parents who are going through rough times and at the same time need to look into the eyes of their starving children. I saw so many families living in these conditions. From the comfort of your homes, it might not sound very pleasant. But the moment you see these situations in real life, when you walk around these people, it just breaks your heart. That makes you wonder. When a father goes and steals something to get some food for his children, is it really that bad? Would it be something to forgive, perhaps? What would you do in this situation? I believe most people would do almost anything to protect and save their children. I've lived in many countries in Southeast Asia and Middle East, seeing the conditions people live in. It gave me the desire to make a difference and change that. It is definitely not an easy journey, but the impact we can make on people's lives with cryptocurrency, that is massive. Cryptocurrency is not only for wealthy people who can afford to invest. Its main target group is for people who want to and need to transact. So let's look at the farmer growing crops on a small plot, working from early morning till late evening and barely making ends meet. The sweat and blood that goes into growing the crops does not get rewarded fairly because the local whole buyer buys at a very low cost, then sells it to a manufacturer for profit. The value he adds and makes his profit from is for compensating the failures of our current financial system. The cost of banking infrastructure, bank branches, employees, ATMs, cash delivery, customer verifications, anti-money laundering procedures, verifying the source of the money and crime prevention, all of that is very high. Therefore, banks do not want to take up the cost for all of this. As a result, there are vast areas in the world where the only option for people to transact is in cash. This means they can only buy or sell products and services or offer their work and be employed locally. The option for them to make money extremely limited, only using middlemen or very costly services such as Western Union. And even to a Western Union office, they might need to travel 40 or 50 or up to 100 kilometers to send or receive the money. And yes, probably without the car. It is estimated that about 1.6 billion people are migrant workers. This means labor traveling to a wealthier country or region and then sending money home to their families. A pristine example of this situation is a beautiful city, Dubai, with extreme diversity. One of the most expensive cities, full of luxury and glamour. The nicest and rarest cars, the tallest buildings, the biggest malls, the best restaurants. Whatever one can think of, they have it. Whatever one can imagine, they will do it. Let's build an island in the sea. Hey, why not? But next to all of this extravagant lifestyle, when looking around the corner, you see how all this has been built and created. Migrant workers doing 14-hour days in extreme heat of 40 to 50 degrees. Living in labor camps with tens of people in one room, sleeping in shifts because there are not enough beds. For all of this, they get paid $300 to $400 per month, which is 4 to maybe even 5 times more that they would get in their home country. But this is called modern slavery. The moment they want to send the money back home, they need to use services such as Western Union that will cost them $20 to $30 for sending. Hey, if you make 2,000 or 3,000, you can spare that $20, $30. But for them, that is 10% of their income. Would you pay 10% of your income for one transaction cost? I doubt it. And this is how most services are all around the world. People who have money have the most cost-effective solutions. But those who have less, those who cannot afford to lose a penny, always have to use the most expensive services. It is just unfair. But it does not have to be like this. It can be fair. I'll tell you. Imagine this. We live in a world where we can only use cryptocurrencies. Every person can have a cryptocurrency wallet. There is no bank saying, sorry, you're too poor to use our services. The same farmer I was talking about could easily sell his crops directly to the manufacturer over the internet and then receive a fair payment in cryptocurrency. The manufacturer organizes a logistics company to collect the crops, and it's done. Migrant workers, they could easily send money to their families, as cryptocurrency payments are borderless. They work globally. They are almost instant and with as low cost as fractions of cents. This also enables the growth of international trade. Cross-border payments do not take days or weeks anymore, and merchandise can move much faster. Several countries, they protect their economy by limiting trade, whereas they could actually give an opportunity for local producers, is it handicraft, crops or services, to sell to outside customers. With crypto, all of this would be so much easier and people would have more income opportunities. Talking about income, everybody who is now getting paid or does their business in cash has no credit history. When they would be paid in crypto, there would be a proper income or cash flow history. And with that, they could apply for a loan and also get access to other financial services, which as of now are unavailable for them. Of course, it's important to understand that a loan for luxury is bad, but a loan to solve an emergency, to buy a house, or to start or to expand your business is reasonable. Provable track record in crypto can help people get that. Furthermore, international capital flow gives easier access for foreign investors to invest in developing countries, in startups, businesses, etc. On one side, there is so much more. There is so much more money in the world that is looking for a good place to be invested in. And on the other side, there is so much need. Why not to connect the two sides? We could do that easily with crypto. Let's bank the unbanked. Obviously, the biggest challenges of the financial world are in the developing countries. Therefore, the most visible benefits of cryptocurrency are also there. We can say that crypto in developing countries is definitely a need. But in developed areas, like in Europe and in the United States, it is a nice to have. But even for people in these regions, there are plenty of benefits. One of the situations that probably every person has found themselves in is waiting for a transfer to arrive to the account. Banks work during business hours and not on the weekends. Cryptocurrency, that works for us 24/7. There are no limitations on how much you can transfer. There are countries in Europe where there's a 500 euro limitation to transfer money abroad. Try to do international business, try to order something from other countries, or try to send money to your son or daughter studying abroad. That's close to impossible. The fees that banks have on us are also ridiculous. 20 to 30 euro cents for a local transfer, fees for depositing and withdrawing cash from our accounts, monthly card maintenance fees. All of this is to cover the cost of the banking infrastructure, which is mostly required for cash. If we could take all of that away, we would be able to save a lot on monthly costs that every one of us has on our bank accounts. As crypto is only digital, with extremely low maintenance costs, and does not require fancy office buildings or bank branches, then we can all transact with almost unnoticeable fees. How cool would that be? Yeah. Technology, it can help to improve and innovate. It would be wrong to say no to better solutions. And I'm happy to see that some banks, at least in Europe, have already been affected by cryptocurrency and have realized that they need to start improving their services and they have brought out faster and cheaper international transactions. This is purely the pressure from crypto. Our movement has already brought some results. And as it has been said, crypto will do the same to banks that email did to the post office. Well, post offices were not killed by email. They just needed to focus their service on something else. Parcels, packages. Banks will not be killed by crypto. They just need to shift from holding and transacting with our money to loans and investments. Technology enables us to be more in control of our finances. And for those people who like to travel, with crypto, you do not need to carry cash or traveler's checks. So no need to worry if you get robbed. You use your cryptocurrency wallet that's in your phone, and it has a backup. So even if it gets stolen or you lose it, you can easily access your money either from another device or from online. Credit card frauds will be history with cryptocurrency, as merchants do not have access to your wallet the way they might have access to your credit card numbers. This is an especially big issue in hotels, as they very often keep the credit card numbers in a folder where many receptionists have access to. Well, that must be secure. In 2018 alone, 27.85 billion US dollars were stolen by credit card fraudsters worldwide, according to the Nielsen report, which is the leading global card and mobile payments trade publication. And that's a big number of money. And that's exactly how much we could all save with cryptocurrencies. Credit card payments are a headache also for the merchants when chargebacks occur. A chargeback is when a customer makes a purchase and then contacts the bank to claim the money back. Merchant has already shipped the product or offered the service, but a dishonest customer can still ask for the refund from the bank. Generally, merchants prefer cash payments as the terminal fees for accepting card payments are a heavy burden on them. Physical card payments are somewhere between 2 to 5%, depending on the country. And online payments can go up to even 10% in worst cases. Of course, most commonly the fee is between 2 to 3%, but using a cryptocurrency payment platform would cost up to 1%. But a direct wallet-to-wallet payment does not cost anything for the merchant. And these percentages on every transaction add up to a substantial monthly cost. And when we look at all the amounts paid by merchants globally, then we see how Visa and MasterCard have become so big and powerful. One of the reasons behind creating cryptocurrency was inflation. Central banks increase the quantity of money in circulation, which lowers the purchasing power of the money we have in our pockets. This pushes us to consume more, which in turn increases the production of these goods. This consumer society we live in is moving at full speed towards a collapse. There is massive overproduction, frenetic consumerism, and all of that at the cost of slavery in developing countries, even to the extent of using child labor. Cryptocurrency is designed to curb money printing. Now, many of you might think, hey, Chris, I understand what you're saying, and these examples of how useful crypto can be make sense, but none of them apply to me. I do not have those issues. Why would I need to use this? What's in it for me? Two things, I would say. First of all, you can do something for those who are in a weaker situation than you. By using cryptocurrency, the stronger and more stable and usable it becomes also for other people in other countries. I see it as a contribution. When people are given an opportunity to discover if time and money was no issue for them, what would they do with their time? Most people choose contribution, a way to give back. And this is because contribution is fulfillment. It is legacy. It is something bigger than oneself. It is serving a higher purpose. And with this, contribution brings what most people search for their whole lives, a sense of peace and joy. Knowing that you are part of something greater, that you did something good, that you left a mark. These are the types of people we want here with us on the mission of bringing cryptocurrency to the world. The second thing is more security for you and your family. The bigger and more powerful our financial system is, the stronger the money is we are using, and the higher is the level of financial security for your family. I'm sure none of us wants to be part of a financial collapse. So let's think about the future and let's act today. The bigger the community, the more people we have using the currency, the more merchants accepting the currency, the more transactions we have happening, the stronger the currency is. And these are exactly the principles we have built Tagcoin on, focusing on the strength and power of the community. Yet, the community is not the only aspect needed for a cryptocurrency. Technology needs to be globally sustainable, financially and socially viable, and usable for the users. Looking at our different options, we see that we do not have too many to choose from. And this brings us to our second bigger topic for today. Are we, the humanity, ready to use systems that expect every person to be good and honest? Cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin have been exploited to support billions of dollars of illicit activity like cybercrime, tax evasion, extortion, ransomware, illicit drugs, human trafficking. This is indeed a huge global security issue. To understand the extent of this, then for example, back in 2015, we had about 2 billion people online. Today, in 2020, the number is 5 billion people. All of them are possible cybercrime victims. And according to a report released by the digital asset intelligence firm CipherTrace, the value of ill-gotten funds in cryptocurrency crimes in 2019 stands at a whopping $4.5 billion US. In addition to this, about $70 billion US worth of transfers in cryptocurrencies are made every year to finance illegal activities. How on earth is this possible, you might think? It is very simple. The crypto community has been pushing for relatively strong user and transaction anonymity. This means everyone can make transactions without anyone else knowing who you are. It is the same with physical cash. Nobody knows who you are and what transactions you have done. The difference is that cash is local, crypto is global, and this enables criminals to act on a much larger scale. Luckily, there is a solution to this, and we have implemented this solution in Dagcoin as well. It is doing the KYC, know your customer procedures on the users. It means verifying the identity of the wallet and the wallet owner when a certain transaction volume is reached. As we have kept the requirement at a relatively low level, it is very effectively preventing criminals from using Dagcoin for their transactions. The truth is that when we create a system where everyone can do whatever they want without any responsibility, without any accountability, we are moving back to the Wild West. It is human nature. We act nice when others are around, but when there is no one watching, we go crazy. We can hope that people will act nice. But when most of us see a shortcut, they take it. For example, avoiding taxes. And this is what has happened with Bitcoin and many other cryptos. I believe that in the future, every country will have their own currency shifted onto the same technologies that cryptocurrencies use. And then there will be 4 or 5 global common people's currencies that are also widely accepted. These currencies also need to be accepted by the governments. And there is no possibility that one government will allow an anonymous digital currency to be used in their country. It is a huge threat to the economy of the country, and especially to the security of the people. Think about it. When US alone spends around 170 billion US annually on counterterrorism, why would they allow or support something that enables it? How much money is spent on fighting against counterfeit, cybercrime, tax avoidance, frauds? Hundreds of billions. Therefore, I believe that transparency is the key for a successful alternative digital currency, such as Dagcoin. Transparency and community are important aspects, but we must also consider important factors of the technology: cost efficiency and sustainability. In a new world, we should be creating a new financial system that includes all the aspects we have learned from, and that we know that need changes and improvements. And this is why Dagcoin is probably the most environment-friendly money in the world right now. The system we implement globally should be cost-effective, self-sustainable, and environment-friendly. For example, the blockchain which Bitcoin is built on is extremely costly to run. It requires a lot of computing power, which means a lot of electricity. Actually, running the Bitcoin network requires as much electricity in a month as the whole country of Netherlands in a month. And as an interdisciplinary team of researchers at the Technical University of Munich stated, the annual CO2 emissions from using all that energy is around 22 megatons, which is comparable to the total CO2 emissions of cities such as Hamburg in Germany or Las Vegas in the United States. All of this waste for having a digital currency does not seem anywhere close to being reasonable in the 21st century. We all know that maintaining physical cash, paper money, has also very high costs, but there is no reason to compare today's systems with what we have had in the past. It is time to look into the future and to choose lightweight and green solutions, such as Dag Chain, which only uses a minimal amount of energy. Having proper technology, the right approach to transparency, and focus on community, we seem to be on the right track in creating a better financial system for the world. With the platforms and solutions we have already developed, we are definitely leading the way in usability in cryptocurrencies. Like I mentioned before, the whole concept of Dagcoin is built up on the power of the community. People together working for a greater good, towards better solutions and opportunities for its users. Every person in the community has a responsibility and a role to play. So what's your role? How can you bring value to the community and to Dagcoin? Firstly, let's look at the value behind the currency being the possibility to exchange it for goods and services. This possibility comes only from other people willing to give these goods and services and accept the currency for them. This is our mission. Let's look at the euro or dollar, for example. These currencies are so strong because a lot of people are using and accepting them. You can pay with dollars in most countries in the world. In some countries, people prefer dollars over their own currency. Why? Because the community using and valuing dollar is global, and that makes it stable and strong. You can use dollars in Asia, Africa, Europe, Latin America. Now, try to pay for something in Latin America or Europe using Japanese yen. You will not be able to buy anything because it's only used in Japan. And this is why we are using the person-to-person marketing to build up the community all around the world. This has helped us to grow to more than 500,000 coin holders with bigger or smaller presence in almost all countries in the world. Our marketing and distribution model rewards the people who spread the word about cryptocurrency and Dagcoin, who educate people on the existence of crypto and on its nature, that it's meant to be used. Cryptocurrency was not meant to be an asset, to buy and then sell, again buy and again sell. Since the inception of Dagcoin, we have had one goal in mind. We wanted to create a virtual currency that people can use on a daily basis. This means when they buy the coins, people should not be thinking on when and at what price to sell them. The only thoughts should be, when shall I use them? What shall I buy for these coins? And the answer to these questions lies in the community. The role of the community members is to expand as fast as possible and as widely as possible, to reach to numerous merchants that will start accepting the coins and who can then use these coins with their suppliers, who can then pay salaries to their employees, who can then buy products and services from other merchants. This is how the community grows. And this growth we incentivize and reward with commissions to speed up the expansion. The responsibility of the community members who spread the word, expand the network, and through that earn commissions is to make sure new members get proper information and knowledge on how to use and treat cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is not a magic box that makes you rich overnight, even though lots of people expect that. There has been so much false information in the media, and this has brought false expectations on people. An asset can make one rich very fast, only and only then when it gains value very fast. What does it take to create value? What does it take to build up a valuable asset? We can look into the business world to find the answer. There are companies that go bankrupt. There are companies that survive. And then there are companies that really make it big. The difference between the three companies is what they do. They either sell a product that is valued by the customer or offer a service that is valued by the customer. If their product or service does not solve a problem that customers have, then nobody will buy their products. If the product or service solves a small problem, then the company will have some customers and some value. But if the company solves a massive problem, a big problem, then the company becomes really, really big. Let's take Apple, for example. We all want the internet in our pockets as smartphones. We all want to use computers. Amazon, people want to save time and purchase online. Both are gigantic companies. A cryptocurrency will become immensely valuable when it solves a problem, a big one. And I explained to you how many huge problems in the world it can solve. Now, this is in theory. Real value comes when cryptocurrency is in the hands of a large community of people. And this is not going to happen fast. This takes time. No cryptocurrency will have huge value unless there is a big community of people who already hold and use it. Same thing with Dag coins. We have excellent technology. We have an amazing ecosystem already created and expanding. We have a growing community, but we are not there yet. We need to grow much, much bigger. We need to spread our wings and fly all around. But this, unfortunately, does take some time. We have a very long-term vision that requires patience and persistence from our people. I also understand that some people have had expectations that miracles will happen in half a year or in 1 year. We would all love to have big results right away, but we also need to be realistic. Big problems that were created over a long period of time and that hold inbuilt beliefs, systems, structures, take much longer to solve. Once solved, they have the power to transform the world. And this is something I want to be part of. This is something I would love to see as our legacy together as a community. Would you like to be part of that? To put it in perspective, look at Bitcoin, the biggest and most famous cryptocurrency. It is 12 years old. We are 3 years old. And the massive growth for Bitcoin has come only in the past few years. I'm not saying that it will take us 12 years. What I'm saying is that we are still very young. Patience and persistence. Persistence in spreading the information and our vision. This is what we want and need from our community. We are constantly developing and improving and also looking for more and more possibilities for our community members. What we want others to understand is that success of a community depends on the members, particularly the mindset of each member. Are they understanding and are they aligned with the vision of the community and contributing for the common goal to solve a big problem together? Or are they just trying to capitalize on the work of the rest of the community? Our mission is to gather and distribute cryptocurrency, Dagcoin, to as many positive and forward-looking people who want to be part of building up a better financial system that improves the lives of millions, tens and hundreds of millions, potentially billions of people. As a unified community, we work for a better tomorrow. There are also those who can't see further from today, those who seek for a fast profit. With our long-term goals in mind, we have also been looking for options for short-term players. But by that, we mean people who just don't understand yet the true benefits of cryptocurrency, or who don't want to be part of building a legacy in the new world. These people want to get in and get out fast. For this, we have designed options. We designed our ecosystem and our DagPay merchant network. Here people can exchange their DAG coins for goods and services and utilize them in the ecosystem rather than help us to build further the community or merchant base. What is important for the community is that there is a strong, like-minded, cohesive group that is ready to execute the vision. Some people in our community are not like that. So we have been looking to find something satisfactory in our concept that they have been asking for. Other services that interest them to expand into through our ecosystem. There are more and more businesses and entrepreneurs accepting Dag coins, and we have discovered a company that is launching a new business through an initial coin offering. And they have some of their development partners who accept Dag coin for programming and IT services. And that ICO is the first of that kind to be accepting Dag coins for the investment. We have members of this community who seek for a token to be trading and floating on the exchanges, looking for a potential short-term gain and the speculative aspect. Personally, I'm not a big fan of initial coin offerings for the simple reason that there are a lot of hype projects, fraudulent projects, that claim to do something, but then they run away with the money. With ICOs, it is crucial to do proper analysis of the business model they come out with. And we come back to the point which I explained a little bit before, creating value. Which business creates value by solving a problem people have, and which business does not. This is the first validation point for any kind of investment. And when we were looking at this company for our first ICO option in our ecosystem, this project appeared to have the aspects of a great ICO and could provide the solution to this part of our community that is looking for investment and trading opportunities. We have now introduced this as one of the additional options in our ecosystem. As our mission statement is, you should be able to do everything with cryptocurrency you can do today with fiat currency. We listen to this part of the community that prefers to be able to trade in a cryptocurrency on exchanges back and forth. And we feel that this is just another option for them to move into, if this is how they wish to utilize their cryptocurrency. It is possible to invest in fiat money and in cryptocurrencies, including Dag coin. Obviously, there are investment limits, as they have their certain investment volume they seek to raise, but this is definitely interesting for those who seek to utilize their coins today. The exact business, the model and the investment opportunity will be presented at the next event in the beginning of October, 2nd and 3rd, when we discuss the ecosystem development further. And then shortly after that, you can start booking your tokens with coins. But for our long-term members who are passionate about the bigger vision that we want to achieve, creating a widely usable currency, this is a strong sign and validation point that we are moving in the direction of establishing Dag coin as a payment method. Whatever we do, there will always be people who don't understand or don't want to understand the larger vision and won't agree with us. There will always be people who are never happy with anything and see only problems everywhere. They do not see the wide usability of a United States dollar. They just see the problem of inflation. They do not see the privilege in having food on the table. They complain that it is salty. They do not see the positive. They always find something negative. Well, everybody does have the right to their opinion. I also believe that everybody has the right for a better life. And when we have the dream to make a change in the lives of those who need help, then we have the right to do it. Let's make this world a better place to live, for ourselves and for those who come beyond us. Together, we can make a difference.
Hello, my friends. I hope you are well and you can follow and enjoy today's conference. I would like to give you an overview of the story and history of Dag coin today. Dag coin's idea was born in 2017. We wanted to create a global payment solution, and this is still our main goal. The idea to create our own cryptocurrency project was born already 2016, but it was based on blockchain. Only in 2017, we found out about a new technology called blockchain. And after we had done first research on it, we immediately dug even deeper into it. We discovered this was based on old mathematical principles, which had already existed for decades, and only 2 projects out of thousands of other cryptocurrency projects had managed to use it for creating a token. What was most exciting for us was the speed of Dag Chain, which allows to make instant payments with minimal fees. Exactly what we need, because our goal is to create a payment solution for everyone. Doesn't matter, are you rich or poor? So the decision was easy. We decided to look more into the future and start to develop our currency based on Dag Chain. Of course, there were different opinions in the beginning from the experts about Dag Chain. But because it was so fresh in cryptocurrency projects, we were even more excited about good opportunity to become best in the world and leading company in developing exactly this technology. So these are the main reasons why we have chosen Dag Chain. The word cryptocurrency itself was becoming more and more popular back then. And we were amazed about the possibilities to create a project which can change the world. When most cryptocurrency projects were talking about fast growth in price and fast money, we were thinking about usability. We understood that this is important because usability is what gives a product real value. We were thinking about people who have no bank accounts because the banks do not find them suitable. Yet these are hardworking poor people who try to make their living every day for survival. They want to buy food, pay rent, etc. These people need to use money every day, but they are not welcome in the current banking world. You may think there may be only a few people out there without access to bank account. But the sad truth is that 1/3 of all people on our planet are unbanked. They are just rejected. And this is the reason why this amazing movement was created in 2008 when Bitcoin was born. We see that true usability comes from people starting to use this solution for payments. And there is a huge need out there for that. Unfortunately, until now, cryptocurrency has been used only for trading. And that's really sad that people's main focus in cryptocurrency projects is like it's some kind of a new gambling platform where everyone can participate in illegal games with the money. When Bitcoin started this revolution, then no one was gambling. There were very few people who started to use it for some minor payments. And everyone else took it as some kind of IT geeks virtual gaming money with no value at all. But this geeks community was growing. And it turned out geeks were not geeks at all. Year by year, believing into the project, they turned Bitcoin into a success story by growing the community. But what has happened to this genuine plan and goal today? Suddenly, there were thousands of people who were interested to buy Bitcoins just for one reason: to sell it later when the price is higher. The main goal for most of these people was not to use Bitcoin as payment tool, but to get rich as fast as possible. So suddenly the goal had shifted from using to trading. And until now, most of cryptocurrency holders are in these projects only for one reason: to buy and sell. The unique, genuine idea seems to be forgotten. There are thousands of projects which claim to aim the same growth as Bitcoin had, But is it really the goal? What does it give to the world? What does it solve? Please, just take 1 minute and try to answer one question. What does it give to the world? Does it help someone? Where is the value of these projects coming from? Where is the money for these projects coming from? There is very high possibility of total collapse when everyone is there just for trading, buying some tokens with a cheaper price and having in mind to sell them when the price grows. We have seen it many times already in the crypto industry. This hangover has hit a lot of people already and will hit even more in the future. Only very few are taking care of developments, promoting usability, doing hard work by educating and explaining what are the possibilities and benefits of this amazing new technology, and promoting the idea of transparent, fast solutions with minimal fees to merchants and users. Everyone wants to have fast money, and I understand the reason. People are in constant need. We all are. But think bigger. Find a project where you can participate long term and you can be part of a change. You can change the world through participating to build up the community and solutions which in the future can be very rewarding. You will not only be financially secure, but you will be part of changing the world and changing the lives of thousands of people for better. In short terms, speculation, you might earn fast profit, but at a higher risk. In long-term projects, you invest your time and money, and you can have a longer benefit of it to make all your dreams come true. We do not suggest to people to take loans or invest huge amounts into crypto projects. Our suggestion is to find a genuine project where a company is taking care of technology and developing tools which support usability, and where people are helping to build up the community and usability. So when the time is there, we all can start using the currency we have helped to build up together. Think about Facebook, WhatsApp, Uber, etc. Where is their value coming from? Stocks trading? Of course, no. Their value is community. The bigger the community is, the bigger the value is growing. Darkcoin grows in different regions, in different countries, with different speeds. In some countries, there are more merchants who like our ideas, and they have started little by little to accept Darkcoins. But in some countries, we have a very small presence of users and possibility of usage. You may ask, why is it like that? It is in your hands, my friends. It depends on the community and people's effort to grow value in different markets. People have a huge opportunity to grow their own financial value by spreading the word and showing what kind of solutions we have for merchants and users. Amazing transaction speed and our solution of DarkPay, which is easy to install and use in every shop. That means everyone can help to build up and grow the value of Darkcoin and participate in creating usability in their hometowns. So I hope this will help to understand what we are doing, We develop the technology and create more and more tools which support the usability. And at the same time, with the help of people of our DAC community, we expand globally. We are together in this, my friends. And I want to add one more point here. Investments in these kinds of projects do not have to be big. Community counts. So the magic is that everyone can participate, even with small number of coins, and contribute every week by spreading the word, knowing that this will help to grow the value of their own coins also. So, with us, there is possibility not only for big investors, but even more for people with small investments, who can little by little help to build up the currency and increase the pension package, which they are able to use in 5 years or 10 years, depending on their own wishes. Sometimes people do not believe in us and ask why it takes so long. I know. It is not a very difficult task to create a token and put it on the market for trading purposes. But this is not what our goal is. My question to people is, do we really need another crypto on the market where people focus on trading and play with their money? There are so many of them already, and it doesn't create any value. That's why we want to stand out and be different. Therefore, I would like to point out products which we have launched so far, and we are still constantly developing these products to support usability. Developing vast ecosystem which supports usability helps to grow the value of Dogecoin. I want to repeat, whatever we do in development is to support usability, not trading. Please keep this in mind when thinking about joining our community, not how to make short-term profit from selling Dogecoins. For us, it is important what has been done so far to support usability and what is still needed to be done to get there. This might be difficult to understand if you are here for only one reason, fast profit through trading, but please try to clear your thoughts and just imagine for a minute, what if there is a money which is lightning fast, easy to use, so people can use it for everyday needs. It has minimal costs on transactions, and it is transparent and secure and reliable. How many people around the world would it help? This is exactly why we have created Dogecoin. So, what are these products and projects we are developing to support usability and create value to Dogecoin? It all started in 2017 when we launched the Dogecoin, which was fork of the Byteball in the beginning. So you all might not know, but in the very, very beginning, we have been doing development of Dogecoin on Byteball's platform. But very soon, we did a migration from Byteball platform to our own Dag chain. And now we have been developing that for more than 2 years. We are bold enough to say that what we have done in development of Dag chain, when compared to other Dag chain-based cryptocurrencies, ours is the most reliable in terms of security, high availability, transaction speed, and disaster recovery. We work to develop Darkchain's performance indicators constantly to ensure that Darkcoin can truly be the most usable cryptocurrency on the market today. Since the beginning, the development of Explorer has been very important for us. For transparency purposes, of course. Everyone has access to follow all real-time transactions. But now we also have the system which we call DMS, or Dag Monitoring System, that gives authorities, if it's needed, access to particular data to fight against money laundering and other criminal activities. And we continue to develop it further. For transactions, we have created Dag Wallet. For us, it is important that our users have access to a simple and easy-to-use wallet. That's why we aim to develop Dag Wallet as user-friendly as possible. From the very first Dag Wallet, which we had 2017, has changed a lot. We have created wallets for different devices: iOS, Android, Windows, Linux, and a web wallet for easy access from any web browser. It is especially useful for people who do not have their own device, but can have internet access from a public library or friend's laptop or a community center. As one of my friends once said, "Nils, development of a wallet is non-stop work, as long as your business is there, because devices are changing constantly, especially in the last decade." That means our team who is working on the wallet has huge responsibility to keep up with technology, keeping it as user-friendly as possible and at the same time maintaining reliable and secure measures. And of course, we have implemented the verification model into our wallets to prevent any kind of illegal and criminal activities to be performed with Darkcoin. Our currency is for honest people. As I mentioned previously, for us it's very important to be in accordance with the regulators and avoid criminal elements in our projects. So that's why our platforms have to follow the Know Your Customer procedures. We know it's boring to do the KYC over and over again on every platform, and that's why we decided to help our customers and develop a platform which is a game changer in this. It's called Verify Once. That means you really need to pass KYC only one time, and all our other platforms can be linked to your Verify Once account and be instantly verified. To help merchants all around the world to accept Darkcoin payments, we have created a payment processing platform named DarkPay. It is very important that for businesses and merchants, our solution is easy to adopt and use. So they have a ready-to-use solutions when they want to start to accept payments in Darkcoins. DarkPay is exactly built that way, so it is easy to use. Just download and install and start using in your shop or service. There have been a lot of merchants who have given us very good feedback to DarkPay, how fast and easy to use it is. There are several functionalities to give our customers even more solutions of DarkPay, and we hope to release them one after another very, very soon. Having launched the coin, wallets, DarkPay, of course, we needed the tool to help to find these businesses who accept Darkcoins locally and also worldwide. And that's why we have launched Merchant Finder. To give people access from fiat world to crypto, we have launched a licensed currency exchange platform called Swipex. For these people who want to store their coins and earn extra Dark coins, we have created the platform Darkcoin Grow. To sell or buy goods or order services from person to person in Dark coins, we created online marketplace called Dark Market and Dark Market Shops. Gambling and sports betting is very big industry. And in some countries, it is even tradition and belong to culture as everyday entertainment. That's why we have decided to launch Twice Dice, where people have access to more than 1,500 casino games and also sports betting. In some regions, it is still very difficult for people to buy cryptocurrencies. Therefore, we have launched Darkcoin gift cards, which can help everyone to have access to Darkcoin, and also is very good present when you are in search of a present to your friends or family members. We have also managed to launch our own ATM project for Darkcoin. So people will have opportunity to obtain Darkcoins through ATMs. Easy way to put cash in and buy Darks, or use Visa or Master to buy Darks. Most of people are still used to card payments, and cryptocurrency wallets are not familiar to them yet. That's why we have created Darkcoin Card. This is first true cryptocurrency card because you can use only Darkcoin on these cards to pay in places which accept our currency without converting it immediately into fiat like other card providers are doing. It is also very useful when you know that you are traveling and there might be situations where you have no internet access or you cannot use your smartphone. Battery is empty, for example, but you are still able to pay with a Darkcoin card. All you have to do is transfer however many Darkcoins you need from your Dark wallet or web wallet to your prepaid Darkcoin card whenever you have internet access. You can then visit any merchant that accepts Darkcoins and using its NFC connectivity, simply tap the card against the terminal and the payment is done. So you can still buy all the things you need from businesses that accept Darkcoin. Communication is part of our everyday life. So we have launched Dag Telecom. It allows users to make a call to anyone in the world and pay for it with Darkcoins. With Dag Telecom, once you are connected to the internet, you can call any number you wish, domestic or international, mobile or landline, for a reasonable rate. What's more, all the calls to other Dag Telecom users are completely free. There are more platforms and products which we have launched and we are currently developing, all of them to drive them better and better. But most important, in my opinion, is to see the big picture. People should be able to do with Darkcoins absolutely everything, like they are doing with a fiat money every day. And this is what was our goal when we launched Darkcoin. Still is our goal. So there are huge plans and more to come. I also want to remind you that we are still very young company. We are only 3 years and some months old. But I am already proud of what has been achieved so far. I know and I admit that like in every business, there have been setbacks, also in our project. It shows we are real. Like US President Theodore Roosevelt once said, the only man who never makes mistakes is the man who never does anything. So, there will be mistakes also in the future. But I promise, we always do everything possible and necessary to fix them and move forward. Please, don't forget, we are creating a solutions which can help people globally. The word global is describing our challenge the best way. We are here to make history together with you, my friends. Thank you.
Welcome back. As Niels mentioned in the beginning, then I'm now here to answer 5 of the most common questions that came to the email we were showing during the conference. Our team looked over the questions. There were actually quite a lot of them, which is very, very good. And I have here in the iPad 5 of the most common ones. So let's get started with them. The first one is, what is your biggest obstacle and how to overcome it? Now, I believe that the biggest obstacle is the mindset. The mindset for people of how they approach cryptocurrency, what they think of it, how they take it. Because our target is to build a big, big community. And it is tricky to explain to everybody that cryptocurrency is not what media is talking about. Cryptocurrency is not the asset, the speculation tool that everybody is, or most of the people are thinking of it. And I think this is the biggest obstacle, biggest challenge, because it requires a lot of explanation, and it requires a lot of explanation from us and also from the community, because we have a wide community that is spreading the word of cryptocurrency, spreading the word about the usability, and I think this is what is the trickiest obstacle to overcome. How to overcome it? I think it's just keep going. We will try to give out more information. For example, the conference that we had today is definitely something that is going to help, as there will be recordings of this that we will, in a couple of days, hopefully, we will put it up online so everybody can see them, share them to their friends, and use them in the future to really show the vision to those people who were not here today. So yeah, I think just being persistent and sharing the vision more and more and more. That's the only way how to overcome it. Informing people. Second one. What is the price of the ICO token? Yeah, that information will come out on the next event, 2nd or 3rd of October. Everything related to the ICO will be covered there. So we decided not to reveal any more information before that, to have it all in one place. So tune in for the next event. What are the goals for DAGcoin in the future? Now that's a good question. When you listen to the vision, then everything that I spoke about cryptocurrency, what it can do, how it can do it, how it can be used, all of this is what we have in mind and what we had in mind when designing DAGcoin and what we have in mind now to create the usability and spread the word, build the community. So everything that we cover today, that is our goal. But a bigger dream for Dagcoin is to be one of those 4 or 5 common cryptocurrencies that are accepted globally on the side of the government currencies. A common currency that has become valuable, that has brought wealth to people, that is enabling people to transact, to have more opportunities, to be connected, and really feel being part of the global world. Because with the internet, we are going more digital, we are going more global, the borders are coming down, communication is happening, and I believe that having a currency that we can also use globally is definitely one part that makes this world a better place. So becoming one of those 4 or 5, that is the goal for Dagcoin, and by being that, helping to save a lot of costs, helping to connect people, that's what we want to achieve. What will the price of one Dagcoin be in 2 years? Well, that is something that really doesn't matter, because what is important is that we can use the coin. What is important is that people can transact, that people use it as a transaction tool at whatever price it will be. We can't say any value, we can't say any price, because nobody knows. Nobody knows what there will be in the future. But what we know is that when the community grows, the value is more. When we have more people using it, when we have more merchants accepting it, then the value is stronger, the currency is more stable, and it's more useful and helpful for every person in the world. And the last one, where is the company focusing now? What are you developing next? We have a big ecosystem which we have drawn out. Majority of that is already launched. Is it the let's say the beta version of the platform, or is it already close to completion? But majority of it is launched. There are still some more hexagons to be filled in, and the team is working on these. So from development side, completing the ecosystem, coming out with next platforms, which of course we will reveal on the next event. Community-wise, it is important to grow it, but at the same time to have the existing community plug into the already existing ecosystem parts. So to use more Dag Market, to use more Dag Market jobs, to use more Dag Telecom, etc., etc. All of these platforms are there to be used, and the usage of them is now on the community. So use them, get more transactions happening, spread the word. That is where the community's focus should be. Companies' focus to complete the ecosystem and add more, and to help with spreading the word. So to sum up that last question, the focus is to push more and more usability and usage. That was the 5 questions, which were the most common ones. I wanted to thank you for coming to this conference. I'm holding my fingers crossed that next year the global pandemic situation has eased and we can hold the next Dag Digital Conference in live with full schedule, speakers and content. I hope that you found value in our today's conference and you are seeing, or at least starting to see, why we are so passionate about cryptocurrency and Dagcoin, and that you see how big of an impact to the world we can make as a unified and aligned community. It's all in our hands. Let's make the difference. Let's make it together.